Almost everyone agrees in a relationship there isn't room for cheating, but what you consider cheating may actually depend on whether you're a man or a woman.
In tonight's special report, 7 and 4's Megan Morelli takes a look at why the opposite sex looks at cheating in such different ways. She joins us live in the studio with what she found out. Megan, what can you tell us?
Kristen and Mark, Kansas State University recently released a study where students were asked which type of cheating would upset them more. The study showed that men were more upset about the physical act of cheating and women focused more on the emotional act. So I wanted to find out what the attitudes were here in northern Michigan. A healthy and happy relationship. It's what most of us want in life, but these relationships can become complicated when cheating is involved, especially when the couple doesn't agree on what cheating is.
Women would consider if their husband was talking with another female in a way that she wants to be talked to, they would consider that cheating. And typically men would see sleeping with another person cheating.
I sat down with 2 local therapists to find out why some men and women can't seem to agree on the subject.
With males, they'll tend to be more physically focused and start to visualize their being competing with another male. And the women seem to be more emotionally focused.
Men are out there killing animals and planting their seed and, you know, making children. And that's what they were born to do. And women want the emotional need. They're nurturers by nature.
Now, we wanted to see how men and women here in northern Michigan felt about cheating and what some of their differences and opinions were. So we took to the streets and online to ask a few of these questions. What do you think constitutes cheating?
If you're in relationships, I guess anything that goes like interacting with others in more of a way than a friendly way.
Anything that violates the rules of your relationship.
Anything that makes them emotionally invested in another person.
Would you be more upset if your significant other physically cheated on you or emotionally cheated on you?
Emotionally.
Probably physically.
I would almost say more emotionally.
Emotionally.
I would say in a physical way.
I would consider them equal.
Online, we asked men and women if they would be able to forgive for physical and emotional cheating. Out of the 60 men that participated, 58% answered yes for emotional cheating, while 65% answered no for physical. And out of the 196 women that took part in the survey, only 33% of them said yes to emotional, while a whopping 80% answered no to physical. So what did we learn from all this? Overall, we found that a higher percentage of women compared to men viewed emotional cheating to be just as bad as physical cheating, but the clear majority of both sexes said that they would not be able to forgive their partner for physically cheating on them.
If the wife doesn't see it as cheating and the husband doesn't matter that they agree. I think the most important part is that they understand where they're coming from, and that's the communication piece, is understanding each other.
Obviously, research only takes us so far. Now, what can everyday men and women, these couples, do to try and prevent these third parties from coming in and even prevent having these types of hard conversations?
Being able to sit down with your partner 5-10 minutes every day so that you can talk about concerns, worries, fears, you know, things that are upsetting or angry or sad about.
I don't think that we will ever get rid of couples cheating on one another, but I think that a lot of issues with couples can be solved with the communication piece, talking to each other.
Researchers at Kansas State determined that the explanation for the differences in opinion were strictly related to gender. But both our experts, Dr. Van and Annette Goodyear, said while your sex does play a big role, the different opinions can also be based on life experiences. Reporting live in the studio, Megan Morelli, 7 and 4 News.